Hello students, in this video we are going to learn about types of chemical reactions. But before watching this video, please go back and watch the previous part of this video which I have given the link in the description box. So there are 5 types of chemical reactions: combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement and redox reactions. What is combination reaction? 2 or more substances combine to form a new single substance is called combination reaction. 2 or more substances, that means reactants can be more than 2, but the product should be only one in case of combination reaction. Let us see few example for this. Coal burns in presence of oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Hydrogen gas reacts with oxygen to form water. Quicklime, that is calcium oxide, reacts with water to form slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide. So what is limestone? Limestone is calcium carbonate. Quicklime is calcium oxide. Slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. Please don't confuse between these three. Decomposition reaction. A single reactant breaks or decomposes to give 2 or more substances. This is exactly opposite of the combination reaction. What happens in this case? The single reactant breaks to form more products. But to break the bond between them, we need some kind of energy. To break the bond or to decompose, we need some kind of energy. That may be heat or sunlight or electricity. Based on the type of energy we require to break the bond, we have 3 types of decomposition reaction. First one is thermal decomposition. We use heat to decompose or to break the bond. Second one is photochemical decomposition. In that, sunlight is utilized. Third one is electricity in case of electrolysis. So let us see each one of these in detail. First one is thermal decomposition. What happens in thermal decomposition? Heat is used to break the bond. See, when the decomposition reaction is carried out by heating, it is called thermal decomposition. So calcium carbonate, when it is heated, it breaks into or it decomposes into calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. Photochemical decomposition. When the decomposition is carried out with the help of sunlight is called photochemical decomposition. See, silver bromide, that is AgBr, decomposes into silver and bromine gas. So it was before used in black and white photography. Second example is silver chloride breaks into silver and chlorine gas. So third type of decomposition reaction is electrolysis. What is electro means? Electricity is used here. So it is made up of 2 words. Electro means electricity is used here, and lysis means breaking. Lysis means breaking. Anything is broken is called lysis. So electrolysis, decomposition is carried out using electricity is called electrolysis. On passing of electricity, the substances get decomposed into different products is called electrolysis. See, we are doing electrolysis for water here. See, what are the components used in the electrolysis are: one beaker is used and we have poured the water here, and there is a 2 tubes. Which one is anode and another one is cathode. Anode is always positively charged and cathode is negatively charged. It is connected to a battery which is used as a source of electricity. So what happens when we pass the electricity in the water? Water gets split into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. So we can see that oxygen gas is more and hydrogen gas is double the oxygen. See, oxygen is exactly half of the hydrogen gas. So why here we can say that hydrogen they are in 2:1 ratio. That's why amount of hydrogen is double the oxygen. So I'll make a separate video for electrolysis. Please do watch and subscribe to my channel for next updates. Next one is displacement reaction. In displacement reaction, more reactive element displaces the less reactive element from the compound. So to know which is more reactive and which is less reactive, we have to study little about reactivity series. I have given a mnemonic to remember the reactivity series, that is PSC Mazel hardly could make solid gold perfectly. Here P stands for potassium, S stands for sodium, C for calcium, M for magnesium, A for aluminium, Z for zinc, I for iron, L for lead, and one letter from each of this should be taken in the next. See, H for hydrogen, C for copper, M for mercury, S for silver, G for gold, P for platinum. As we move from here to here, I have given the numbering here. The reactivity of the elements goes on decreasing as we move from here to here. So we can say that potassium is highly reactive and platinum is least reactive. So let us see few examples for this kind of reactions. Iron reacts with copper sulfate to form iron sulfate and copper. So iron is more reactive than copper. We can see that. See here, iron is placed in the 7th position and copper in the 10th place. That's why iron is more reactive than the copper. That's why iron can displace copper from its position. Since it is more reactive, that's why iron displaces copper and forms iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate, and copper is removed from its previous place. The same way zinc reacts with copper sulfate to form zinc sulfate, plus copper is eliminated from its place. So please do one exercise. I have given 2 reactions here. Please tell me in the comment section, comments box, whether the reactions are possible or not. If it is possible, what are the products formed after the reaction? So next one is double displacement reaction. In this kind of reactions, the reaction in which there is exchange of the ions between the reactant is called double displacement reaction. In this kind of reactions, there will be exchange of ions between the reactants. You can see there are 2 reactants here. They have changed their ions here. Na plus and Ba2 plus have changed their place. That's it. So this is very easy. You have to displace the places of the ions and you have to write it as a product. This is double displacement reaction. Next kind and the last is redox reaction. The reaction which involves both oxidation and reduction are called redox reaction. So what is oxidation and what is reduction? So gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen is called oxidation. What is reduction? Loss of oxygen or gain of hydrogen is called reduction. But in some of the books and references and some videos, you can see that they will say some electronegative and electropositive element. Please don't bother about all those things. You just learn for 10th standard, this much is enough. So let us see one example for this. See, copper oxide is reacting with hydrogen to form copper and water. So what is happening here? Copper is losing oxygen. Copper is losing oxygen and getting converted into copper. Copper oxide is losing oxygen and getting converted into copper. What about hydrogen? Hydrogen is gaining this oxygen and getting converted into water. That's why it is oxidization. Since it is losing oxygen, it is called reduction. So hope it is clear, oxidation and reduction. Please practice these 2 questions on your own. Which element is oxidized, which element is reduced. Please do practice these 2. So oxidation and reduction are happening in our daily life. So many oxidation reactions are happening in our daily life. Some of the few examples are corrosion and rancidity. What is corrosion? Some of the metals gets converted into its oxide, hydroxide and sulfide forms after being attacked by moisture or acid and some other chemicals. So what is a simple example you see in the nature is iron oxide formation after it gets reacts with oxygen and moisture. So iron gets converted, that is iron gets converted into ferrous oxide. So the quality of the iron goes on deteriorating and it is a great economical loss. The car covers and iron bridges start to lose their strength. This is the reason for The corrosion is the reason for all those losses. Next one is rancidity. What is rancidity? The fats and oils gets the fats and oil reacts with the oxygen and change in the taste and smell of the products is seen. So what is the reason for that? That is reaction of the fats and oils with the oxygen. So some of the industrial application of this fact is that packing of the fatty foods in nitrogen containing bags. You might have seen so many chips packs which are having a lot of air in them. So that is the reason they pack in the nitrogen containing bags so that they don't get rancid, because reacting with the nitrogen does not causes rancidity. Reaction with the oxygen causes rancidity. And also they add so many antioxidants to the food so that food does not get rancid easily. So this was all about the first chapter of your book. Please, if you have any doubts, comment in the comment box. Thank you.